Hey, I've journeyed off the homestead today, and I am in a location of some rock and roll history. Stay tuned and I'll explain. Hey, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I escaped the homestead today. Yeah, I took some me time away from everybody and everything. I was being pulled in so many different directions, so I decided to drive down to southwestern Oregon up into a little tiny valley called the Applegate Valley. Some of you may remember the Applegate Trail on the famous Oregon Trail with pioneers coming out west. What drew the pioneers out west was fertile valleys and golden them thar hills. Well, tucked out here in a little town called Williams, Oregon, in the Siskiyous, there's a little valley here, an offshoot of the Applegate Valley. Sits a ranch called Pacifica. It's now Pacifica Siskiyou or Gardens of the Siskiyous. It has quite a history. It was pioneered in the 1800s by some folks who logged some timber right off the land and built the mansion next to the lake. One of two lakes that sits here on the 800 plus acre refuge, the ranch. Now, Lippincotts were the next owners of the ranch, and they did some upgrades to the mansion. You might recall Lippincotts, for those of you who don't know, who were art dealers. They are the ones responsible for bringing Navajo art to the forefront in the world. And they made their fortune through that, and then they settled up here in the Williams, here in the Applegate Valley, and did some upgrades to this lodge. The stonework was imported from their home down in Arizona, where the Navajo reservation was. And then once the Lippincotts moved on in the 70s, it was purchased by rock and roll legend Steve Miller of Steve Miller Band. He took this ranch and he was inspired to write some rock and roll hits. Yes, that's right. Right here on this ranch, he wrote "Take the Money and Run," and I think it was "Big Old Jet Airliner," along with a couple of other hits. In fact, he built this barn. Now, I have a family connection to this barn. The family owned a electrical contracting business, and when Steve Miller built the barn, he had my family, who were the electricians, won the contract for it. They wired the barn, and in the barn is a recording studio. So there was a nice place where Steve could and his band could practice the songs before going out on the road and touring, and then actually recording the songs for enjoyment for the world. Is the songs we so enjoy today. So, what brings me to the ranch? Well, that's an interesting question. I'll share that a little bit later, but I wanted to share with you that this ranch is a park. It's open to the public, it's free. They have gardens here, they have hiking trails. You can ride your horseback around here. There's fishing. It's a catch and release fishing, though. There's no hunting allowed. They even have this disc golf set up for people to enjoy that. I've seen horseshoe pits here. And of course, now the barn not only hosts an active recording studio that was actually staffed by a Grammy award-winning producer. Yeah, his last name's Dragon. You might recognize the name. His father used to be conductor of the Hollywood Bowl, and his brother was Daryl Dragon of Captain and Tennille. So he works right here out of this studio, and people come up and learn how to do studio, and they also record here. Steve left quite a legacy behind when he moved on. He no longer resides here. He hasn't lived here for years, but he has certainly left quite the legacy here for people. The venue is now used for weddings and other events. They have different locations. You can stage a wedding. This also serves as Airbnbs. They have the house you could rent. It has several bedrooms in it. It's you can. I'll leave a link to the online booking location for it. It also has apartments you can opt for that Steve had built for his band members to stay in while they were up here rehearsing for the next concert series. And it also hosts education for children and any groups for looking into nature and learning more about the environment around us. I'm really impressed by the Oregon's Sky Blue program they have with the power company. They'll put in solar panels, and the barn is powered by this photovoltaic array. Oh, mine does not compare to the size of this one. This is huge. Of course, it has to be able to sustain the needs of this event center they have built up here. So where to find it? In Jacksonville, Oregon, take the highway out, or from Grants Pass, take the highway up towards Murphy and Applegate. When you come to the town of, there's a cutoff for Williams. It's Water Gap Road. Take Water Gap Road out. It's about 2.5 miles down Water Gap Road. And it's open to walking and strolling and fishing and horseback riding, weddings, events, and yeah, even recording another rock and roll legendary tune. What a nice little peaceful resort that is tucked away up here in the mountains of southwestern Oregon. If you guys can take advantage of this, don't pass this gem up. So stay tuned to the next episode, and I will reveal to you why I'm here. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with a guitar and skinny fingers. Yep. I'll leave you guys with some scenes around the ranch. Enjoy. We'll see you in the next episode. Please subscribe. Click that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. Also, if you will, click that share button. Sharing my videos on your social media platforms really helps out the channel a lot. Hey, always remember, be safe and always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.